Egyptian pyramids. Chinese pyramids? What? I know. Top 10 ancient discoveries we should have left alone. Part 3. Wow, I know. Number 10, the Iceman. Otzi the Iceman is a mummified body of a man who lived in Europe around 3000 BC. Pretty long ago. Dude was chilling in the ice until we came across him in the Italian Alps and said, yep, this should be in a museum. Lots of studying was being done, and rightfully so. And for the people in that career field, that's very exciting. Lots of talking on how this poor man ended up there. One study suggests that a rather violent end, as an arrowhead was found in his shoulder, meaning somebody gotsy Otzi. More troubling than that bad pun, however, is that mysteriously some folks who were working and salivating over the thought of studying more of poor Otzi, they also got gotsy, passed away. One after another, actually. Is it connected? Maybe, maybe not, but I know that the common denominator here was finding a dude in the ice, and I haven't done that. I'm still here, still breathing, hi. Number 9, cursed Maori masks. Maori warriors, not something that's talked about too much actually. I don't know why, they're pretty cool. The Maoris are indigenous Polynesian peoples who settled New Zealand. Easy, simple, to the point. Some might say, I'm just a simple man trying to make my way in the universe. Good Star Wars reference, see if you get that. Well, if you find yourself visiting a museum in the Wellington area, then best be careful because the Maori masks that are on display are said to be cursed. Who would have thought? So much so that it's advised that pregnant and menstruating women keep their distance. What? Maori tradition dictates that these women are taboo? Thus, it could have a curse put upon them. Does it make sense? No. Do I agree with it? No. Is it weird? Yes. Am I going to test this theory? No. If you're pregnant, don't need the display case, right? You catch something real bad. Number 8, Basano Vase. Vases, vases, fugazi fugats, whatever, I don't know how it's pronounced. My mom wouldn't let me near them as a kid. Okay, sure, I was loud and normally a walking disaster, but never in my rambunctious youth did I ever break something. I was a good boy, I swear. Well, maybe one vase I should have broken was the Basano Vase, a silver carved vase that was to be given to a bride on her wedding night in Napoli back in the 1500s. Trouble is, she was de-lifed, and the vase was handed down to her family. Trouble is, every time someone gets the vase, they end up 6 feet under. Or at least another family member does. It's kind of like the letter in Saving Private Ryan. Anyone who holds the letter to Vin Diesel's dad gets a German bullet with their name on it. Seriously, go back and watch the movie. You gotta go see it. Every time someone gets a letter from Vin Diesel, they croak. I'm telling you, you're gonna notice it, you're like, wow, Chetty was right. Eventually, the family told the police to take it away before it claimed another life. A weird story, just strange. Number 7, Oak Island. Everyone loves reality television, even just a little bit. If we didn't, the last 25 years of television wouldn't exist. Now, it's not my favorite thing to watch, but as a man, sometimes you just gotta watch other dudes forge metal and swords and say to yourself, yeah, I can do that. We're weird. Well, what if I told you a cursed island has its own reality TV show? Yes, The Curse of Oak Island. Basically, it's a show where two brothers who equally look like they could be your dad dig tons of holes on a Nova Scotian island to find what treasure lies there. That's pretty much the story behind the show. There's an island in Nova Scotia that's said to be buried treasure there, and this has been enough for a reason for prospectors to be looking for close to 100 years. And that's the truth. Now, naturally, bad things happen to those who look. More interesting than that is the theories of what's actually buried there. Some people say it's Templar treasure, the Holy Grail, pretty ancient, the Ark of the Covenant, weird, something to do with the Freemasons, Imperial British loot. Errol Flynn, John Wayne, and FDR were just some of the men interested in my neighbors to the east treasure. That's a weird story. Ark of the Covenant, FDR, Errol Flynn, what? That's strange. In that hole, pilgrim. Number 6, burial sites. Alright, folks at home, this one you're gonna have to help me out with. Let me know in the comments, but this point is all about Indian Aboriginal burial grounds. Some of you folks in the Midwest, or perhaps in the desert states, have tales of when someone gave you or found an item from a burial ground and disturbed the grounds themselves, and after that happens, some mysterious things started to happen. Now this one is kind of a broad stroke because there's just too many incidents to talk about. There's been theme parks, suburban homes, it just seems nothing is safe after the sacred grounds have been disturbed. So to prevent my home from filling up with blood like that scene in The Shining, I will leave these areas alone. You know, I hear living on the ocean is great these days. Lots of sunshine. water, all the fish you can eat, and poltergeist incidents are at an all-time low. However, shark attacks are up. You gotta do with the sharks. Just saying. Number 5, Chinese pyramids. Yeah, I know. I said that too. I had no idea these even existed. So the question you really have to ask yourself is what's worse than opening a sealed Egyptian tomb and pyramids, which we really shouldn't have been doing in the first place? Well, the answer is opening ancient Chinese tombs and pyramids, because we don't know what's going on in those bad boys. Sure, they're not as extravagant as the pyramids in Egypt, and the Egypt ones will always be number 1. It's just how it goes. But they're still mysterious. Plus, you can't compare the two. It would be like comparing Adam and me. We're both good at different things. We're both cute, both funny. He just happens to eat more glue out of a bottle than I do. Dude loves a good bottle of Elmer's. What can I say? I prefer wine. The reason why we don't know much about these mounds and pyramids is because some are still being discovered, and it was a long time ago. That's always a big factor. And of course, the Chinese government loves their secrets, so watch out. Number 4, Catacombs in Paris. I can already hear the comments. I can just see them now. I'll talk about how weird and strange the catacombs of France are, and someone's gonna go full goth on me and say, Chitty, it's kind of cool to me actually. I don't think it's that weird. Okay, yeah, it is kind of weird though. Now, it's one thing to disturb a burial ground, but another to visit thousands upon thousands of skulls just for the heck of it. When researching the subject of the Paris catacombs, the first thing that came up was a travel website that described it as maximum fun. The chief called. He said, "Ce n'est pas ça," which means it is not it. Yeah, there's like 6 million people buried there. It's kind of crazy. Just, if you want to go visit, go ahead. But the travel website actually said that. Do you believe that?
Maximum fun, bring the kids. It'll be great. And this is the skull of another skull, and there's another skull.
Like, why would you bring the kids to that? I don't know. Take them to an aquarium. Number 3, the Winchester House. Okay, kind of a stretch in this one, I know. But honestly, this bad boy should be boarded up for good. Pour some concrete in there. Just extra thick nails, just for good measure. You never know. The Winchester House is a large property that belonged to the Winchester family of Winchester rifle fame. If you've ever seen a Western movie, video game, or heard your grandpa talk about it, then, well, you know what a Winchester rifle is. It's the rifle that settled the West. I'm sure our American audience needs no introduction. When someone comes along and reinvents the wheel, that person usually gets quite wealthy, as did the Winchester family. However, Mrs. Winchester had some bad luck. Family members perished, and it was thought to be because the family rifle had taken so many lives of its own. It's one thing to have a catacomb filled with skulls, but imagine if you're the reason why it's filling up. Come on, guys. Number 2, Egyptian gold. Besides the dude wrapped up in bandages chilling in a sarcophagus, there were other things left for the king in the afterlife. You might find his doggy or his kitty, jars of pickled pharaoh guts, jars and more vases. Maybe not the one from before, but lots of vases. But the most important thing you can find in there is treasures, gold, jewels, jewelry, valuables, and pretty much really anything of value. Plus, the pyramids kind of act like a car wash for valuables. For example, I could sell you a solid gold necklace, let's say for $1,000. Very nice indeed. And for the men out there, it's been a tough couple years. Let's treat the ladies this Christmas. Get them what they need. Gold necklace. You're welcome, ladies. But what if I told you the necklace I was trying to sell you once lay in the tomb for thousands of years? Oh baby, those prices are gonna get jacked up like my high school jalopy. She was rough. The point I'm getting here is no matter how much you want to ditch the high school car for something new, don't rob the grave of a powerful king. It'll come back to bite us. I just know it. If you open the tomb and there's money in there, close it, walk away. Come watch me instead, walk away from it. Don't do it. And number 1, Ayers Rock. I'm gonna be brief with this one because it's very simple. The point stands. Ayers Rock, Australia, the outback. Gorgeous place. Maybe one day I'll get to do a comedy tour down under. Look out, Aussies, I'm coming. The rock is a natural wonder and connected spiritually to the Aboriginals of the area. So when people are told not to take anything from the limestone natural site, even something as little as a rock, people still do it. And when they do it, they experience a lot of bad luck and they're forced to return it. So what's the lesson? Don't take anything. Don't do it. Not you're thinking about it. Don't do it. I'm telling you, don't do it. Naughty, don't do it. Okay guys, that's gonna wrap it up for me today. I've been your host, Big Ched. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe here at Bumblebee. And if you too don't want to take anything from sites and put them back and leave them there, then check out my socials down below. Somewhere down there. Come hang out with me sometime. It'd be great. I love you guys so much. And stay sweet, my little honeybees. Yeah. Yeah.